Last week, Darren and I tried out a spot of volunteering with the help of Community Impact Bucks. We joined the Chiltern Rangers at Walkwood in Beaconsfield to help tackle some overgrown woodland. We started off by talking to John Shaw, who's the MD of Chiltern Rangers, and he told us all about the organisation and what they do.
Chiltern Rangers has been running for just over 2 years now. We started in September 2013.
And what was your motivation for starting Chiltern Rangers?
Chiltern Rangers, we span out of the Wickham District Council Ranger Service in response to all the government cutbacks, basically.
Right.
And it's one of the ways that the council can still deliver the services for less money.
Just explain what it is that you guys are responsible for.
So we look after lots of different nature reserves and woodlands. Some of those are for Wickham District Council. We work with lots of other landowners as well, so that could be parish councils and town councils. We're here today at Walkwood in Beaconsfield, and that's a Beaconsfield Town Council site. And we also work for lots of other private landowners and the conservation organisations, people like the Woodland Trust, for example. And there's a whole host of really important seasonal workers and a team of volunteer wardens who help us to look after all the sites.
And that volunteer aspect's really important to the company, isn't it?
Volunteers are the heartbeat of Chiltern Rangers. It's absolutely critical. Yeah, we rely on community organisations and people to give up their time and come and help.
And so today you've got a group of students helping you out, along with some members of the local community as well. And how's that working for you?
Oh, it's brilliant. The students from BCA, that's Berkshire College for Agriculture, come out every couple of weeks or so on a Monday, and they really get stuck in, and they're making a real big difference to some of the projects we're involved with.
Tell us what it is that you're doing here today.
So today we're here at Walkwood in Beaconsfield. We're tackling invasive laurel. So laurel is not native to the UK's woodlands, so we're cutting that down and we're burning it, or we're going to chip it later in the month. The idea is that we need light to come into the woods. Woods thrive when there's good light levels hitting the floor, because that makes plants grow. Plants then flower, and the flowers are what attracts the butterflies, the bees, the insects, and in turn they feed all the bats and the birds. So it's really important that we get light in. People think cutting down trees, that doesn't make sense for conservation, but actually it's about balancing the woodland so that there's light bits, dark bits and bits in between as well.
One last question then. Let's talk about the age ranges of people that come and get involved. What kind of person are you looking for? What do they need to bring with them?
So they need to bring with them, first of all, most importantly, enthusiasm, a willingness to have a go. That's the only thing they need to bring. We supply all the tools, the gloves, the tea and biscuits, which we've just had, thanks very much, and that's it really. But the whole point of Chiltern Rangers is we try and be as inclusive as possible. We want people from 6 to well into their 70s, absolutely fine. If you're fit and able, then you're more than welcome. We also cater for people with a range of abilities, so that's lots of people, physical disabilities, also mental issues as well.
We also managed to catch up with some of the other volunteers that were helping out on the day. Vicky's a lecturer at Berkshire College of Agriculture. She was on site with some of her students and told us why it's so important for the students to get involved in this type of volunteering.
They are doing the Countryside Extended Diploma 2-year course, so it's great in terms of their modules and meeting some of the practical skills that they're going to need once they go out into the industry, and also working with the public and just getting to work with people that work in the industry already. It's just a great all-round practical experience, learning on the job. You can't beat it. Yeah.
So some of your students, what examples of things would they go on to do?
Okay, some of them would want to be rangers, countryside rangers. Some of them might want to go into conservation of some sort, estate management, ecology, lots of different areas, environmental kind of jobs.
And as far as the sort of volunteer schemes that the guys are running here today, how important do you think that is?
Oh, I think it's incredibly important. I think certainly within the conservation environmental industry, practical skills are vital. There's a lot of competition. Qualifications are essential as well, but being able to put that into practice speaks volumes, and showing that you're passionate and you're dedicated and you're not scared of hard work. You can't beat that.
We also spoke with Adam, a student at Berkshire College of Agriculture, who told us what they'd been up to that morning.
We've been cutting down the bushes here, so trying to clear it out and having a lot of fun.
So how come you decided to take on the course?
I'd done a lot of different work previous, nothing like this before, and I just wanted to do something that was a bit more conserving of the environment and be part of the community.
And have you got sort of long-term aspirations to do something with your qualification that you're going to get at the end of it?
Yes, I'd love to be a forest ranger. Start in this country and maybe move abroad, but
oh wow, so that does sound impressive.
Yeah, if I could get one in Canada, that would be absolutely fantastic.
So opportunities like this, do they come up very often?
Oh yes, I mean I do part of our course is actually to do work experience, so I actually work with some other rangers, and you do volunteering with them, and then you get to learn the skills as well.
What do you think you've enjoyed the most from volunteering? Because I think for a lot of people, if they're not been involved in that whole volunteering environment, they don't really know what's out there, and then suddenly it kind of opens up a whole new world, I'm guessing.
I mean, I just love cutting down trees. Doesn't sound very conservation, but I do love the cutting down trees, and it's better than going to the gym. You get you get a good workout, and you're doing something as well, achieving something.
And we also had the pleasure of speaking with Jess, who told us all about what made her want to study countryside management.
It was just being outside and sort of not being stuck in a classroom 24/7, which really appealed to me, which was quite fun.
And what's your plans for the future? Where do you want to go with that?
I like to do forestry at Cumbria University.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a 3 to 4 year course.
And then after that?
I'm hopefully going to the forestry industry and work with the National Trust and things like that.
So today you're helping the guys down at the Chiltern Rangers by actually getting out and involved in the local area and clearing some of the woodland.
Yeah.
What's that like for you to help out and get involved in today?
It's really good to get involved. Sort of, you see it progress as the day goes on. So, as you might be able to see, you can see where that big pile of laurel is going all across there.
Yeah.
We actually started that today, and in the last hour or so, we've actually cleared all the way into there.
Amazing.
So it's really sort of, it's just good to do that.
And finally, we caught up with Hazel from Community Impact Bucks, who introduced us to volunteering in the first place. She told us all about what her role is and how you can get involved.
I'm one of the volunteering advisors. One of my roles is to support not-for-profits in Buckinghamshire that involve volunteers, but also the main thing at the moment is to get the word out about all the diverse and exciting volunteer opportunities in Bucks.
And so what kind of people do you find doing volunteering? Because I think there's that old cliche of, volunteering's just for people that have retired and maybe they're at a loose end and they haven't got anything to do.
Actually, we're finding now people are finding that volunteering has actually got a slightly sort of selfish element as well. People might want to do volunteering as part of a course. Yes, they might be retired and sort of thinking it as part of their sort of third career, but people might also be of working age. They might actively be working but volunteering in the evenings, or they might be on a career break, for example, if they've had children.
Obviously we're here today, but what are the other kind of opportunities that are out there that people might not be aware of?
Oh, well, there are loads of things. You might just be micro-volunteering, you might be working from home and liaising with email or the phone, or you might be a befriender or a driver. You might be using your marketing skills, you might be organising an event, doing fundraising. There's just something for everybody.
If you'd like to find out more about this type of volunteering, you can search for Chiltern Rangers on Facebook and Twitter, or you can check out their YouTube channel, which follows a year in the life of being a ranger.